In today's video, I will be giving you tips on NOLI so you can do something like this. Let's begin. Alright, taking a look at NOLI's info, we see all of NOLI's stats. NOLI has 2 passives, the regular stab, and of course free abilities. Let's start off with the weakest one, the Nova ability. Alright, so here is the Nova ability. Simply, if you throw it, it works like a bomb. It does a big explosion. Another cool thing about this ability is if you throw it next to a survivor, it will actually suck in the survivor. This ability is very useful for situations when there's a lot of survivors close to you, so you can suck them all in and do a little bit of melee damage to them. This ability is also useful for other hazards. So I would suggest using the Nova ability if you see a pizza or anything like that, right? You throw it and the survivor's trying to go for that pizza, right? Try to throw it a little bit to the side. So then the survivor is a little bit further from the pizza and you might even be able to get another hidden. I would say only use this ability if the survivor is already really low and is trying to go for the pizza to heal. If you're throwing the Nova and you don't hit anything, you can actually tell when it's done hitting something when the little star appears in my hand again. Another really cool thing that you can use with the Nova is actually, so let's say I'm throwing it, right? I missed the survivor, but if I click E early, it actually explodes wherever I want it to. So from here, I'm gonna try and hit the survivor by just clicking E. See, like that? So I can actually make the Nova explode on its own. So for example, I hit the sky. Oh, I want to quickly explode it. There we go. Simple as that. Now, the explosion will be slightly smaller, but it's still a very useful move in that standard. So for example, oh, I actually did hit the survivor. See how big that is now? And now if I explode it on my own, it's gonna be a lot more smaller. I would say use the Nova ability when you're in chase. Don't try to snipe people because chances are you'll miss, and this only does 15 damage. The best combo for the Nova is hit the Nova and then quickly go in for a stab. Before we move on to the next abilities, let's talk about the 2 passives, Hallucination and Prankster. The Prankster ability will make 2 extra generators spawn in the map. If you played against NOLI, you've probably dealt with a fake generator before. They're really annoying, right? But there actually is an easy way to tell if the generator is real or not. If you're close to a generator, look at the top of the generator, and if you see a slight silhouette of the NOLI head, that means it is a fake generator. So as you can see, you can slightly see NOLI, right? The eyes, the mouth. And if we go to a different generator, this one doesn't have anything, which means you can do this generator and you will be safe. Of course, if a survivor does do your fake generator, they will start glowing and they will be getting Hallucination 1. The hallucination abilities are split up into 3, Hallucination 1, 2, and 3. And as NOLI, it's actually really easy to tell which survivor has which hallucination. It's by, of course, the color. This is the color of Hallucination 1, this is the color of Hallucination 2, and this is the color of Hallucination 3. As a survivor, you can actually tell when you have Hallucination 3. If you see a fake NOLI anywhere in the map, that means you currently have Hallucination 3. Of course, these fake NOLIs don't do any damage, but the fastest way to get rid of your Hallucination 3 is by damaging the fake NOLIs, which means to damage them, you do need to be a sentinel. The fake NOLI will be walking around the map normally, but the second the fake NOLI sees you, the fake NOLI will be full sprinting at you. So yeah, in a way, you can in fact get away from these fake NOLIs. Hallucination 1 is pretty safe. Nothing real bad will happen to you. NOLI can't see where you are, but that's kinda it. To tell if you have Hallucination 1, your in-game timer will be randomized. Hallucination 2 is a bit more scarier. NOLI of course can still see you, and the way to tell if you have Hallucination 2, fake objects around the map should start appearing, such as pizzas or even fake dispensers. To find out if you don't have hallucinations anymore, this animation of NOLI's head will appear. So if you see this, that means you're in the clear. Next up, we'll be talking about the Observant Ability. So once you actually spawn into a game, you can't use the Observant Ability for the first 25 seconds. But this is how the Observant Ability works. If you click R, you can actually choose where to teleport. You have all of these locations on the map, and yeah, if you choose to teleport to, for example, this area, after a little bit, you will actually teleport to that area. After you teleport to the area, you can actually see where every survivor is. If you can tell, that survivor actually has Hallucination 3. Every survivor on the map will get a specific hallucination. If the survivor is closer to the generator that I want to teleport to, for example, if I teleport here, the survivor will only be getting Hallucination 1. If the survivor is 60 studs away from the generator I'm teleporting to, they will get Hallucination 2. And of course, if the survivor is 100 studs away, they will be getting Hallucination 3. And of course, if the survivor is practically right on top of the generator, they will not be getting any hallucinations. So you've probably realized when I use the Observant ability, the cooldown is 30 seconds. Well, if I want to trick people, I can actually use the Observant ability, but click R again to disable it, and that will only be a 15-second penalty. So in a way, I can use this ability to trick people, right? I'm gonna use the ability and then quickly let go, and people might think I'm teleporting somewhere, but in reality, I'm not. Remember, NOLI is a mind game killer. You have to trick the people. So yeah, in a way, Observant is a beautiful ability if you want to teleport across the map, see where everyone is on the map, and of course, give them hallucination. And NOLI's final and best ability, the Void Rush ability. Void Rush, of course, for the people who don't know, you have to hold to use the Void Rush ability. Of course, if you try to hold it, if you do a little tap, nothing will work, right? You need to hold it. That's something that people get mixed up about a lot. We can actually do a couple cool things with this ability. You can actually fake out a Void Rush. So for example, if I'm clicking Void Rush, you see how this bar, before it actually gets to the max, you can actually quickly cancel. If you let go before the bar gets to full, you will keep your Void Rush. In a way, this one little technique could save you from a guess, right? A guess will think that you're punching, but in reality, you're just faking out a Void Rush. They will block, and then you will have the opportunity to hit them. Just like Cool Kid's dash ability, Void Rush does work through the wall. So let's do that one more time, and you will see how big the hitbox is actually through the wall. It's really big. So remember, keep that to your advantage as well. And now here comes the fun part. So we all know if you manage to hit somebody, you will regain your dash. Well, there's actually something really cool that we can do. Make sure to hold your sprint as soon as we hit this person. So we're going to be dashing into them. Hold your sprint, and then you can dash again, and you'll go a lot more faster. On screen, you can see me doing this in a public server, and it worked beautifully. Whoa! So in a way, if you hold the sprint button down, re-dash, hold it, you will go a lot faster, and this also is just really good to gain a lot of ground. If you hit somebody with the Void Rush ability, they will gain the Hallucination 2 effect. Anybody who has Hallucination 2 or 3, you can instantly dash at them, and you will slam them to the floor. NOLI's been out for a little bit, so I do think most of you know that if you Void Rush, you can Void Rush into the same person twice, and that will do this wombo combo move. If you actually hit somebody with your first move, you can hit another person, and it can kind of create a chain reaction. As you see on screen, I actually managed to hit 4 people before doing the final combo move. This is because everyone didn't have hallucination, so I could constantly dash into people. Of course, the Void Rush only does 10 damage, but you know, it's still damage. And of course, after that second wombo combo, that's a total of 40 to 50 damage. Another thing to keep in mind, this guy is currently at 10 HP and has hallucination too. But if I dash into them, I kill them instantly and regain my dash. I hope that made sense. They had hallucination too, which means I had to grab them and slam them in the floor. But because I killed them before doing that, I actually managed to get my Void Rush back. And that's pretty much it for Void Rush. This is probably my favorite move in the entire game. It is so much fun being able to dash around the map. Of course, you can also turn with the Void Rush, something that Cool Kid can't even do. It's such a cool move. Being able to also speed up and hit multiple people at once. This is definitely the most satisfying ability in Forsaken. Now, the killer itself is definitely not the best in the game. This requires a ton of skill, but after enough time, if you really want to, you can master this guy easily. Thanks for watching.